and welcome to a special Scottish Blethers.
Yes, and I'm Helen Houston.
And I'm Liz Lister. And it's a very special one because it's Christmas. Way. And Guide Collective asked us if we had any ideas for what we wanted to put into the Christmas market. And we started to think about all the things that we could put in, the little Scottish treats and whatever. And then we came up with the idea that we will make a box of Blethers.
Yes, yes. And everything that we're going to put in the box will relate to some of our episodes of Scottish Blethers.
So today you see us getting into the Christmas spirit, getting some of these things ready and giving you a little taste, literally a little taste, of what's going into the box. And if I'm very lucky, I might get a little bit of Helen's tablet.
Oh yes, well we've got the tablet here, which is all ready, good old Scotch tablet, and that was made this morning. So it's already. I've got it here.
Show us the tray.
I've got the tray.
If anybody's interested, Helen has done a video of this producing her tablet. Shows you how to make it
and score it out once it's cooled, and then you just break it. Shall we try and break a bit, Liz?
Okay. Fresh hands, all washed.
Right, just pull it up and break it like that. It'll break it across. You need a bit of strength. So 1, 2, 3, break. And then from there you just take the little bit you've broken and break it again. And then across all the score line. This is the difference between Scottish tablet and fudge. You can't do that with fudge. Fudge would just get your fingers squashed into it. But this breaks up 1, 2, and 1 for you, Liz. You can have a piece.
I had my eye on that little bit at the end. But there's always a little bit.
There you go.
That's my little bit.
So so that's it. And what we do with that, when we get it broken up, as I move out of sight, we have these nice little cellophane bags. Do you want to put some in?
And do.
I was doing 8 slices, which I think, Liz, you've got exactly 8 there. There you go.
Now, if anybody is lucky enough to come on one of Helen's tours, she makes bags of tablet for everybody on her tour.
Yes, yes.
I think that's it, Helen?
Yes, that's right. And then all we need to do now is just pull it together, and one of these wee silver. I find, Liz, if we put the silver on first, then it's much easier to control holding the bag together and twist it round. And then what I did, Liz, I took a little bit of ribbon and just put it on like that. So there you go. So that's our
one I made earlier.
One you made earlier. True Blue Peter style. So that will be in your box of Blethers, and that will be under the episode of Scottish Sweets.
Yeah, and if you wanted to see how it's made, then you can either go to Helen's video, which is on YouTube, or my mum, Betty.
Yes.
She made one as well.
Yes.
Where she talked about her experiences during the war when there were no sweets available. So both of those are on YouTube if you want to have a look at that.
Yeah, and what else have we got here, Liz?
Well, while Helen was busy making her tablet,
yes.
right, at home in Betty's garden, right, there are lots and lots of windfall apples. She has got apple trees and we're inundated with apples. So I thought we would take the theme of harvest. Remember in October?
Yeah,
we did the harvest
that's
Thanksgiving,
right.
And all the produce that we get and anything that is the favourite Scottish word. What's the favourite Scottish word? Come on, Helen.
Oh gosh, Liz, you put me on the spot.
Free.
It's free. Oh, of course.
So
it's such a common word. I've forgotten it altogether. Yeah. If it's free, we use it.
Right. So what I did was to make a little jar of spiced apple chutney. So made with the apples, but a little hint of warmth through it, a little bit of ginger and chilli. Delicious. So lovely to have with your cheese or cold meats. My husband has it with absolutely everything.
Yeah.
So a little jar of homemade apple spiced chutney.
And that will be terrific with Christmas dinner.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So this is straight from the and the pot and the little jars have all been steam treated so that they're all good to go.
Good to go.
What else have we got, Helen?
I was going to say, Liz, perhaps if people were interested in some good old-fashioned Scottish food.
Absolutely. Now, in the box, you'll also have a book of Scottish recipes. There's different ones. You've got Scottish tea times recipes. You've got favourite Scottish recipes. There's even one of Scottish soups. So you'll have a little cookery book in it with lots of good Scottish recipes. For example, if I read some out to you, girdle scones, Abernethy biscuits, Scotch pancakes, honey and whiskey cake, Dundee cake, petticoat tail shortbread, and in the box of Blethers there'll be another little bag, cellophane bag of Scottish shortbread.
Yes, that's
like
right.
Heart-shaped ones. Butterscotch ice cream. I think in one there's even a clootie dumpling.
Clootie dumpling. Hasn't your mum done clootie dumpling?
Yeah,
as well?
we've done a video of that as well.
Yes.
So if you were interested in that.
But that's clootie dumpling is wonderful, and I've tried to make clootie dumpling, Liz, and I can't get it right. I will not be defeated.
We'll need to make one of these days.
Keep trying it.
We'll do that. Now, it wouldn't be Scottish Blethers if it wasn't one of these.
Yes.
I hope you might recognise that.
Do you remember our logo with the tea cake on it?
A Tunnocks tea cake. We did an episode some time ago about Tunnocks and the different cookies, as you would call them in the States, or biscuits, as we would call them.
And they also do the caramel wafers.
Absolutely iconic in Scotland, and all of my tour members go home addicted to Tunnocks.
I think you can get them in most places now, but that is, in Scotland, lovely.
And Scottish Blethers, it's not a blether without a cup of tea. So in your Scottish Blethers box, you'll have a variety of 4 little bags of tea. Right, different varieties. They're each in a little individual sachet like that. This one is a Scottish blend decaf. We've got Highland blend. We've got Scottish breakfast tea. And we've got thistle tea.
Oh, that thistle tea is really nice.
Thistle do nicely.
Yeah, thistle do nicely, yes.
Okay, so each of your 4 little sachets of tea will be tied up in a nice little tartan ribbon.
Yes.
Good.
Yes,
So
we'll do that.
Tea and Tunnocks.
Oh, yes.
Right, what next, Helen?
Well, I think we'll just stay on the food theme, shall we? Shall we do this one?
Yeah.
The spurtle. Now, this is fantastic. In fact, I used my spurtle today when I was making the tablet, because the thing about a spurtle, use it like a wooden spoon, but it's really, because it's got the pointy end here, it goes into all the corners of a round pot, listen to me, but it goes into all the edges. And for things like porridge, it is just absolutely fantastic to stir the porridge with a spurtle. And you'll notice at the top, it's got a thistle shape. So, in fact, somebody once said to me, Liz, which end do you put into the porridge? You put the pointy end in, not the thistle. That's what the one that you hold.
And just to make it extra Scottish,
yes,
you'll also have a little piece of tartan ribbon round it,
which will help you know which end to put into the pot, because you won't put the ribbon into the pot.
There
you go. That's lovely.
It'll be a bit nicer than that. We'll tie it
I
off
think
a bit
that's
nicer.
quite nice.
A little Scottish spurtle for stirring your porridge. And again, if you want to know how to make porridge properly, I've
done a wee video on how to make porridge. So easy. In fact, I've had porridge practically every morning this week. I've loved it. Yes. So that's the spurtles that go in.
Excellent. Right, now it's down to, you've been very creative, Helen.
Well, I've been, as we're in COVID at the moment, and we still, certainly in Scotland, very still a mask wearing culture here. We have to wear masks. So in your box of Blethers, you will get a little tartan mask.
I think you should model them for the...
Go on like that, and it just goes round your ears. And all is well. So there you go. So and I think for most of them, I hoped Liz was going to comment on how beautifully you've matched the tartan.
It's just wonderful. I would expect nothing less from you, Helen. Nothing less.
So they're all matched. So that, because it's kind of where we are at the moment in COVID, we're still wearing masks. I find that I can never have too many masks, because it's always when you go out, you think, oh, have I got a mask to go into the shop? Have I got a mask to go on the bus?
And if you live in a cold climate, they've got the added benefit that they're really quite thick, so they keep your face warm in winter.
I put 3 layers in them, which is really what we're recommended, to have 3 layers. So you've got a front and a back, and inside there is, believe it or not, a J cloth.
Right.
Because the J cloth has got a good filter in it, and they wash in your machine. Just pop them into your washing machine with your washing, and wash and dry them, or just do them by hand. So that's fine.
Very good. And while you were on that, you just got carried away.
I got totally carried away, and I decided to look at all the scraps of material and make little Christmas hanging decorations. So there's some of those. One of those will go into your basket. Some might have a little bit of, pink snowflakes. Why not?
Yeah, I love this one, and that gave me an idea. I'm the ideas person.
Yes. I'm not very good.
And I thought you can get Harris tweed, which is another of the topics that we've covered, and make beautiful, what do you call them?
Bunting.
Christmas bunting, with Noel and the Christmas bunting. I have some already. So not as part of the box of Blethers,
do it as
if anybody was interested in that, then we would take it. We'll make one to show you what it's like, and then if you wanted to, you could order it, and we would do that. It's very light to post, so that is an additional thing that we might put into the Christmas market if anybody's interested in that.
No, I think
everything will be beautifully wrapped up. It will be a box. It will come as a box of Blethers, and on each one there will be a little tag telling you what it is. A little heart shaped on it there. There's 2 different colours there. The boxes are white and brown on the inside. So a lovely Christmas, well wrapped, put together with a little label saying what it relates to, whether it's to a video or whether it's to an episode, or how it's related to Scottish Blethers. So the box is a box of Scottish treats. As they would say in the States, cookies and candies.
Cookies and candies, yes.
Another one that we haven't got yet, but that will be going into it, we've got the shortbread to go into it. Another one which is Iron Brew Sucky Sweets.
Yes. Sucky Sweets.
Sucky Sweets. So we've talked about Iron Brew. We can't put a bottle of Iron Brew in it, would be too heavy. But what we'll do is
it might explode in transit.
I'm sure Iron Brew wouldn't be allowed into countries overseas outside Scotland. So Sucky Sweets instead. They'll never know it's Iron Brew. Okay. So that's us getting ready for Christmas.
That's us, yes.
And what will you be doing at Christmas, Helen?
Well, in here, and I'm just looking in the video, but I'm sure Liz will sort it, that the light that's sitting there with just a light on it and no shade will have a shade on it.
Where's that? I can't even see that.
In your one over there.
Oh, right, okay.
And this will be where we are going to have, the whole family will be here. And we now are numbering 16 in the family, which is probably not a huge number for some people, but they'll come here not on Christmas Day, because I'm a great believer, Liz, that children should stay in their own house at Christmas Day, because that's when Santa comes, and Santa brings the toys and things, and then they can have Christmas Day to play with their toys, and then into the car to come to Grandma's for just a lay out all the leftovers, and they just graze at the table. Just
on Boxing Day or Christmas
Eve? On Boxing Day. So, and they usually stay over on Boxing Day, so we somehow find places for them all in the house.
Very good. Camping on the floor.
Well,
I'm at the other extreme, because there's just 4 of us always, but we go up to the cottage, it gets all decorated for Christmas. If we're lucky, it'll snow, and it's just myself, my husband, my daughter, and my mum, the 4 of us. So,
but it's nice at Christmas, because it's just nice to get together and be quite relaxed, actually.
Absolutely.
So it's
So we hope that you like our box of Blethers, and if you do, check out the Christmas market on the Guide Collective website, and you'll get all the details there. Yeah. And we send it with love, and we hope that some of you enjoy just a little taste of Scottish Blethers.
Yeah. So I think, Liz, this is the time to wish everybody
Merry Christmas.
A very Merry Christmas when it comes.
Cheers.
And cheers to everybody. Slán Siva.
Slán Siva.